Okay. Um, Hello everyone. I am miyagod, founder and creator of Mia Maker. Um, we are an open source software collective. Um, I just put the website in the group chat. Feel free to check it out. We actually just released it like 2 days ago, updated the site. Um, it's basically our quote unquote operating system. We'll be building different protocols and deploying them as apps on this website. The first protocol that we've built so far is called Mia Mints. If you haven't heard of it yet, the idea is to take a portion of mint fees and redirect it to a certain collection's liquidity, such as milady, and that includes buying NFTs, staking them in NFTX, staking them with ETH in NFTX, as well as a couple other cool features. One of which is actually, I think we've included bonkler bidding. Um, and for those of you who don't know what bonkler is, here, let me just share my screen real quick. Yeah, so bonkler is a Remilia project. It's similar to the Nouns DAO, where it has a daily auction, where people can go and bid. Um, one of the cool aspects of this project is it uses a treasury backed a reserve backed like system where 70% of the initial mint fees is stored in a vault that allows this each and every bonkler to basically have an intrinsic value. Because if for whatever reason you own one of these and you can't sell it, or you don't want to, or you can't find a buyer, you can always go and burn it in the in that vault and then receive the that ETH that's been locked. It's kind of funny because I did absolutely no planning coming up to this. I'm kind of feeling a little under the weather today, so this this might move a little slower than I'd like it to, but ultimately, I kind of want to just show you guys how um, you know, like creating a bot works. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go to my GitHub and create a new repository, right? And then we're gonna call it, I don't know, let's call it bonkler bidding. Or let's call it bonkler bot. And then, yeah, doesn't really matter. So one of the sad things that happened to me recently was I lost all my code that had a bunch of the scripts that um, were on a computer that broke. And I didn't back any of it up. So it's actually hilarious because I could have showed you. I built this bot in May, um, or not May. It's actually in April. Um, but now I have to build it again, I guess. All right, so I just cloned into the repo. This is VS Code. It's where I code stuff out of. Um, all right, so let's just touch bonkler.py. Um, open bonkler dot. Okay, yes, I trust these authors. It's me. Okay, so one of the first steps that we need to do is um, make a request, and it's actually kind of shitty, guys. Now that I did this because I don't know the actual request, but I do know that Like I said, guys, I didn't plan on any of this. I didn't really sleep well last night, so I've got to find this person. This person built a really cool um, bot that they open sourced. Um, Bonkler wallet, Bonkler bidder bot. Cool. So yeah, so I mean, you guys here, I'll post this in the chat, so you guys can use it or look at it, follow along if you want. But yeah, the idea is to make bids on Bonkler's NFT. They're using Nest.js. I just use Python. Um, right, you need the bidding address, the Alchemy API. What I'm looking for. So anywhere you ever find something, you always want to start in the main, because that's where code starts. So Nest Factory, create Nest Express application, do do do. Literally what I'm trying to do right now is find the API that we need to call. Like I said, guys, I didn't do any of this beforehand, so sorry. Um, can I search? So yeah, this is pretty much what coding is like. It's just a lot of looking up for shit. Updated simple view. All right, I don't know if I'm gonna find it here, but I might be able to. Bonkler image, no. Network, no. Console log. Hmm. I don't really remember how I found this last time. Oh! All right. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm sorry. I know where to find this, but I have to look at my phone. Um, Damn it. It's not here. So what I'm trying to find right now, for any of you guys who don't um, understand what I'm looking for an API, the Bonkler API. Here, let's just try to do this. So insomnia, don't I have insomnia? Not insomnia cookies. Well, I thought I downloaded it. Guess not. Don't mind me. Um, no. Yeah, right here. So this is a really good tool um, for working with APIs. Um, it's extremely useful. So yeah, so what I would want to do is, I don't really know. Let's see. So this is just gonna give us the page. I don't want that. Um, I don't want to post. I want to get like, I don't know, maybe API, not Bonk. No, it's not working. So yeah, well, we can't really do much if we don't have the API. So yeah, there's that issue. Um, um, probably should have done this before. Let's go back to the code and try to find it in here. Config, build, package, could ignore, environment, no, Heroku, no, alright, off, alright, well, hold on, let's see if we can figure this out, alright, so let's go to Etherscan. This is the bonkler NFT address. Because how the way the bonklers work is they're here. Let's just look at the code. Bonkler NFT. So the way it works is there's a function called like bonkler. It's called generate or not mint. Redeem bonkler tokens. What was it on that contract? Safe transfer. Blah, 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 blah. What's it called? Get bonkler hash. So yeah, so this bonkler hash is important because that's one of the things that you need to create bid. Wasn't it like create bid or something? This is all the inside dev chat on Mia Maker. Um, like I said, guys, not. I guess I'm not doing too good at this right now. Um, hmm. This kind of is fun. Mint generate hash. I got a good idea. Instead of this, let's just go back to transactions. Bonkler. Create bit. This is what I'm looking for. Is this function? So it's gonna be here. Bonkler update. There we go. Where the fuck is create bid? I mean, people are calling it strings, context, addresses, metadata, receiver. No, 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 no. Oh, hmm. Oh, look, 21 E8. That's pretty cool. Um, all right, so they're interacting with this address. This is why, because I was at the wrong address, and they use proxies. Hmm. But great bid. All right, so I'm gonna try to find that in the code, but just because I don't feel like looking around for stuff and I haven't really talked in a while. This function is the function that we will be using to create a bid on bonklers. Um, here, no, that's weird. Oh, it's because I think it's because I'm in a different, yeah, I'm in a different Chrome thing because my normal one will probably be super easy to dox me. So I'm just using this one, but yeah, like, I don't know, no, I'm not gonna do it. I want you guys seeing who I am. But anyways, yeah, so this is the bid that, this is the amount, which is basically put in the message dot. Oh, I got it. Implementations right here. Bonk auction. Bada bing, we found it. Yay. All right, auction data. Initialize auction data. Create bid. So here's the code that we is running when we used create bid, and you'll see that there's no shit. Um, there's no payable amount in the function because set auction create bid is probably here. It's because that this amount payable is actually the message dot value. So when you're sending a transaction, right, there's like this value thing that's attached to it. And that's just like the amount of ETH. You can only really send ETH through that message dot value, but that's why it doesn't show up in the function. So what we're trying to do is A, right? The front end should pass in the bonkler ID, or like what we're trying to do is figure out the bonkler ID, right? So bonkler ID is 90, right? Cool. All right. And then what we want to do is find this generation hash, which is placed. It's on the API here. So I'm gonna try to look for performance application, recorder, line security, network. So yeah, so these are all the requests that are coming through. Um, CGI, meta, gen. So looks like this is the generation hash for that one. Generation hash for all of them. So now let's take this, go back to Insomnia. Oh shit, we got some shit, boys. All right, so this is collection, I think one. I think this is for the collection, for the entire collection. Um, but let's see if we can change this to ID. It's taking too long. Yeah. Cool. So we found the API that they're calling to get their data, right? Because ultimately, what we're going to try to do is call the same API as them. Because what happens is, is let me do C equals 1. What happens is they actually store all their information on their API, which will hold the generation hash and the current bonkler ID. Um, so what we want to do, I don't know why it's taking forever, but what we want to do is see. So here we go. We can find all this data, auction data. I think. Yeah. All right. Cool. So we can literally just call this and get everything we need, right? So this is the current bidder. This is all of the auction data that's gone on, and here are the bids. Here's some bids that look like this is like an array of a bunch of bids for the ID 84. Look, you see K-bar, Mitum, they're always bidding. I actually haven't bid in probably like I don't know. Let's find out. Um, I haven't been in a while because I was on like a big trip moving around the United States, but then here let's just scroll down. So yeah, you can see this one. This one's actually my one of my this one's my favorite because I think I won this one too. Not won it, but like the way that I created this original bot was it wasn't necessarily meant because I didn't have 20 ETH to go purchase these things. But what I did have was enough, like a little bit of ETH that if I was the quickest when this auction closed, I could then let's see, I wish I could just type this in, but I could like readjust, not readjust, but I could basically be the first position on the new bid. So let's see, I think it was like in the sixth general time. Been some time. And that's a cool one. This was like, oh, remember this one? This was a funny one. I stayed up so late just trying to just like wait until the auction was gonna close. Mr. Milady, Boy Farmer. Look, there's a miyagod one. I think it was like a week before this. There's another miyagod. Oh, see, this one was funny. This guy probably beat me. Let's see. Yep. So the only way to compete, like we can all build this. The reason why I don't really mind building this bot and making it public is this is the main competition. This is what we're all competing on. It doesn't matter if your API is a little quicker. If we're all competing for that next block, this is what you're trying to like um, basically do better than. So if you can see mine, I only had max 20 Gwei, max priority 3. This guy had max 45 Gwei, max priority 5. And you can see he's number 9 in the block, and I'm 19. So if I had a max priority that was over 5, what would have happened is my position would be bumped above his, so I'd be at like number 8 or 7 or whatever. And then this transaction would have actually failed because he was only sending 9 ETH and I was sending 9.9.0. I like doing this just to fuck with people. But yeah, like the idea of this whole bot is to create um, a way for you. See that there's a B Kongs. Woo woo. So see, like this right here was a dub. So this is one of the when you have this initial position on the bonklers, what happens is you pay a little bit of extra gas because you're the one who's actually transferring the bonkler to the previous winner, and then you're minting the new one, right? So like you handle all the transferring, this, that, and the other, but I got to, back in the day, I used to just have all I needed was a GUI at point at over 3 because most people use just the regular point 1, which is the standard front end version, or what the front end uses for their max GUI or for their max priority. And it was like super easy, like every day, like so for the first 56 days, I mean, I think I started number 19 or 18. So for like, yeah, like 35 days, 37 days, like I was, competing daily. Um, if I could wake up, that was really the thing is like, am I awake in order to run this thing? Because there's another one. But yeah, but it's because like the thing that is you have to do is you have to be first. And um the bot that I had previously written was unable to, or no, it was just it's just not as competitive. It's more competitive now, is what I'm saying. Um, but cool. Now that we have this, which is fucking great, because now I can pull everything, all the data we need. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna from requests import requests. And I don't even know. So what I'm going to need to do is pip3 install requests. Oops. So request is a library that um, allows you to make a API request. All right. It's funny. Like I haven't done this in a minute, so let's just go to. I don't think I'm logged into ChatGPT, but like this is actually kind of the easier. I don't feel like logging in. All right. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Bada bing, bada boom. Import requests. So yeah, I guess change this to import requests. Because that from syntax is basically if you want to pull a certain like library that's from here. It actually I'm gonna go back to um because what I do, it's actually I optimized a lot of my code back in the day, and if you basically you don't want to load the entire library. Um, but here, this isn't how I normally do things. Request get. Oh yeah, so from request from request, we're gonna do get, right, and then we're gonna say data equals get this bad boy, right, and it needs to be string, and then we're just gonna print data. All right, let's see if it works. Python 3, bonkler path. Response 200 means it worked. All right, so what that means is I think we have to JSONify this. Yeah, right here. Data.json. So we're just going to say underscore data equals data.json. So that will make the data, I believe, readable. Let's see. No, 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 no. Oh, well, that's why, because we want to do underscore data. Bang! And look at all that now, boys and girls. Wow, all this information. Holy shit. No, it's fine. This is exactly what we want. Um, so what I'm gonna do now is instead of getting all this crap, I'm just gonna grab this crap, the auction data. So how you do that is you go here, go auction data. This is kind of fun now, guys. I'm having fun where you're like, we figured some shit out. All right, cool. All right, let's see. We got some people here. What's up, Spicoli? What's up, Mole? Yeeter, I recognize you. Um, and all the other guys, if you haven't already, jump into the Mia Maker Discord. Um, and yeah, just like, I don't know. We're doing cool stuff, is all I'm saying. And one of the things that I like to do, I'm gonna take a minute. Yeah, we're about halfway, so I'm gonna take a minute, to like kind of recap and plug Mia Maker again, just because it's a it's a project that, when I first created the Black Hearted Cyber Angel Baby token, it was just an experiment for me. It was just fun. I was just like, I wonder what will happen, if people, get like, behind it. And ultimately, it kind of did. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have seen this original website, but like this was like, this is my baby. From the idea, like I built this website. I did the token. Um, but yeah, like it to me, it was I hate managing communities. It's like one of the things I don't like to do. But ultimately, after creating this token, like it just formed organically. Like there was a lot of developers, who were miladies who reached out and said, like, like we think you're cool. Not like we think you're cool, but like we think what you did was pretty cool. Um, and yeah, and like we just want to, like, be like around, not around you, but like we want to be engaged with like whatever you're doing next, or like we just want to help you build. That was kind of really what it was. People wanted to help me build, and I was already kind of working on like a V2. Um, and then I created this Discord, which, has grown. I mean, we have like maybe 140 people, but like, it started out like, it was a gated server just for devs trying to build stuff. We had like this idea to like hop into voice chat and like give presentations, kind of like this, like how I built Mia was one. Um, yeah, we were trying to have like live coding sessions, which ended up kind of not happening. But yeah, like we've had a little, like maybe three or four major updates. And yeah, I mean, what's wild to me is like it's been 7 weeks, and we've gone from zero to 140 community members. There's six core people who are actually building daily, including myself. But it's like I think what Mia Maker is a testament to is the fact that when you build cool shit, it's gonna attract cool builders. And then you guys can team up. And like when I first started, like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, like the devs, it was pretty much mid bear market, um, similar to now, where it was like like it wasn't easy, or there was just less. I mean, now it's different because it's like we're in a completely different industry. Like it's changed so much, but it was quieter, right? So compared from now to like, peak 2021, like it is a lot quieter now. There's a lot less people, there's a lot less like distractions. And when that happens is when there's less noise. It's a lot easier to filter out the bullshit and find like actually like interesting people building interesting protocols. And to me, that's what made like I think like get a little success in crypto was I kept trying to find like the cool people who are building cool stuff. And once you go down that like pathway and you kind of like integrate yourself into these communities pretty early, I don't know, it can be extremely rewarding, like both monetarily but also like socially, because now it's like, when you've been through like the beginning and believed in something when it was only you and a few other people, it just like it kind of bonds you. So yeah, like if you guys are interested in getting to like know me and work with me and kind of the community that I've built, I highly advise you to go to the Mia Heaven Discord, which can be found right on our Twitter. This link right here will take you to our Discord. Um, but okay, let's get back to it. Bang. All right, so this is for the current auction, right? So we have here, this might be easier to read over here. So we have this start time and this end time. So this is in Unix time. If you guys don't know what Unix time is, it's like it's like all computers are basically synced up to this right here. It's like second by second, right? Um, but that's like global expansion. So like you can say like, hey, this right, this end time minus the current time. Whoops, copied the same number. Whatever. You guys, whatever. I'm trying to show you, but what I'm saying is like that there's a now and then there's the future, right? And the past. But so this number right here is in the past, this is in the future. So what we want to do is import time. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but what we want to do is import time. We can say auction data. We'll say end time equals auction data, and then because it's just like this is the first array, so this grabs us this amount, and now we just have to go into the second thing and what we want end time. So we just go there, and then go here, and time. So I can run it. Boom. All right, and then I think time dot now equals time dot. I think it's just time dot time. This is what I was trying to show you guys. Oops, put the future. All right. So there's roughly 80,000 seconds left in this current bid, right? 22 hours. So there's a shit ton of time, right? So we don't like, yeah, we're not too concerned because honestly, at this point, the competition's pretty much over. I mean, if I had the miyagod thing loaded in here, I'd probably just go like 11.69 and grab a bid, but we don't need to do that right now. Um, So yeah, so there's a ton of time left, but when this clock runs down to zero, it creates that opportunity for anyone to then come in and call create bid or let's see, what does it work? How does it work? Not code, no transactions. Create bid, create bid, create bid. So yeah, so they'll still call the same function, create bid. And what will happen is it will say auction. It'll look at the auction data and say, "Hey, start time." Like now, there's no time left in the or no, let's say that this is actually just an edge case. Right here is where it would go if the auction's over. So yeah, has ended, right? So now the auction has ended, and now what it will do is it will go into this thing that will settle the auction, which is like, transferring the ETH from the vault to Remilia and then to the intrinsic value vault. And then, yeah, let's just go here. Right. So yeah, so it'll take all this information from the auction data and then transfer purchase bonkler to the bidder. They'll set that auction as settled, Um, yeah, and then just emit the whatever, whatever, emit the event, and then it'll go, you know, on to the next thing where it's all right, let's create this next um, auction. I don't know, I don't feel like looking through it all that anyways. Okay, let's get back to it. Um, cool. So what I'm gonna skip this because it's not important, but the idea is that we use this data point, this end time, to basically check, right? You run the script and you say, hey, is is it time yet or not, right? Um, so what I don't yeah, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. What I'll probably end up doing, I think, guys, is I'm gonna end this in 20 minutes, but what I'll do is I'll have another one where we just pick up right where we left off. Um, because yeah, this is like this bot isn't. It's just like it's. It would take me maybe like an hour, 2 hours to build it just regularly, but talking through it is kind of making us move a slower pace. But it's okay because I think what ultimately is happening is you guys are getting a decent understanding of um, like how to code. I don't know. I'm hoping you guys are seeing like how to code and like how, like you have to like look for like you have to just find it. Like it isn't like it's not like you can go somewhere like to learn knowing how to code is doing what I'm doing, which is fucking figuring it out for yourself and like just working through the steps to just get to where you need to go. Um, like it's really fun when somebody you find a block of code that you can just plug in and use, but ultimately the only way for you to really compete at a high level is to have your own code. And that is what MEV is. This is a coding competition. It's a global coding competition that it's the greatest scope. It's the greatest coding competition because there's so much financial incentives behind it, and you don't need permission. It's literally a trustless, permissionless system. So, like, I don't need to be working for a hedge fund to build this code. I can literally do it on my own, which is just like the fucking coolest thing to me. Um, so yeah, so reserve price, bonkler, generational hash. Oh yeah, there's a yeah. See, this is what we're looking for. So right here, when you're creating a bid, you need to specify which bonkler ID you want to use, to which you want to make a bid on, and then what is that generation hash? And the generation hash stays the same for each individual bonkler, right? So like if I'm trying to bid on number 90 and someone else is trying to bid on number 90, we're going to use the same generation hash, which is actually right here, right? So this generation hash, um, it's just an off-chain way. I think they use it to generate the art as well, but I'm not 100% certain on that. But yeah, so what will happen is when the auction ends, the this next generation hash will change. It'll flip, like it'll update essentially. And I think I'm 95% sure on my old one I had to check for when the time ended to double check to see if this generation hash was different than the next generation or the next generation hash was different than the previous one because there has been a few different times where the generation hash wasn't um, uploaded because they have a function here where Remilia actually adds the generation hashes, right, and then sets them. Um, so there has been a few different times where like people I've had. I mean, when building this bot, probably I've had like at least 10 to 15 failed transactions, which is just like it's part of the game. Like I don't know, but if you want to like test in production. But yeah, it'd mess up the generation hashes. Then it's kind of funny because there'd just be like 15, 20, like just like constantly failed transactions because everybody's just trying to get that next one, trying to get that next one, but the generation hash. was broken. Not broken, but it just wasn't updated in time. So what we'll do is we're gonna extract this data as well from data. So we're gonna say next gen hash equals underscore data next generation hash. And then we'll take this print statement and let's just say next gen hash. Just to show you guys. Boop. So 647977 blah 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 647977 blah blah blah. So yeah, so that's how we're gonna get. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make one request anytime we're trying to make a decision, right? So we're gonna say, hey, get us all the data that we have, and then we're gonna have to extract the data that we want. So we want to know what the next generation hash is. We want to know what the current generation hash is, just for future comparisons. And I think like that's it, literally. I think that's how simple this bot is. It's literally like you just need the hashes, and oh, we need that bonkler ID. Or was it next bonkler ID? Or no? Maybe we should grab them both, just because. Oops. Okay, and then we'll just say auction ending in, what was it? End time minus now. All right, so this is just to show you guys, like this is just syntactic way to write a print statement. Oh, uh-oh. Bonkler ID. Ooh, I know. Yeah, that's why. Because all this stuff is auction data. Oh, except generation hash and next generation hash. All right. So current bonkler is 90. The generation hash is that, and the auction's ending in that amount of time. All right. I think what I'll do is I'll take the last 10 minutes to open up to questions. I don't really want to move further than this because now what we have, right? This is what we did today, which is fun. Let's recap. We found the fucking we found the API. Awesome, right? Like, and if you ever want to figure out how we did that, just remember we went to the network. We're on the networks tab of the inspection tool. If you right click, double click, you can say inspect. That's how you get to this tool. And then the network is like uh, an aggregation of all the different calls that this website is happening. So what you want to do is just reload it, and then boom, you can see all these different calls. And this is actually where we found this thing right here, which gets all the auction data, right? So if you're ever like, looking for a website's API, this is how you find it. but yeah, so fuck yeah. I mean, that that was kind of funny. I was a little scared we wouldn't get that. But then we format it, we get our data, and this we can use this tool Insomnia to test it and form and see it in a more readable manner. But yeah, we've got our data. Now we've extracted the data from the this API call, and now we have the ability to make decisions. So in the next class, what I'll do is I'll take this information and create logic that now utilizes this information to make decisions. So the first decision that we're going to look at will be like, hey, when the fuck is this thing ending, right? Like, when is the auction ending? And that's it. Because if the auction's not over, then we're really like, we're just waiting. So then what I would normally do is, go and basically put it to sleep. Um, but yeah, like we can go over that when um, the next time. And I plan on doing this a lot more often, um, just because I lost everything. So it might as well rewrite it in front of you guys and like try to help other people. Initial commit. So what I'm doing right now is I just added this script right here. This is it. This is all we have right now. But in case you want to look at it, reference it right here. I'll send it to you guys in the chat. Um, okay, cool. I'm gonna end the classroom. I'm gonna still be recording, so just if you're uncomfortable with that, asking questions, just I can also cut it too. So, but I have been recording this whole thing in case you guys missed any of it. Um, but but yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a minute let's just meet in the lounge. All right? All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.